Move over, Mario and Luigi. It's time for the evil brother to shine. Wario has been involved in many games over the years, whether it be Mario titles or his own. Let's just focus on the Wario Land series for the various Game Boys. So no, we will not be touching on the Virtual Boy today. Wario Land, Super Mario Land 3. This is the first Wario Land game and for the original Game Boy. It was released in 1994 as the follow-up for Super Mario Land 2, 6 Golden Coins. In this adventure, you take control of Wario and you start off on Rice Beach. The quest of this game is very simple. Trek on the land, fight a little mama, and seek out a castle for Wario. You'll encounter many enemies on your way. Like the very first ones always reminded me of Sonic characters. So yeah, play as Wario and beat the shit out of the Sega mascots. I really do like the enemies in this game though, especially the Pouncer. It's like a heavy metal thwomp who ain't messing around. There's a level in Rice Beach where you have to run from them and then jump on top of them and dodge obstacles, and something about that is just so fun and intense. The power-ups in this game are also a blast, like the jet pot where you literally blast around the levels through blocks underwater and just fly around without a care in the world. The other power-ups consist of the garlic pot, which acts the same as the mushroom in the Mario series, a bull pot which allows you to kill enemies from below and break blocks faster, and cling on the ceiling. The Dragon Pot, which places a flamethrower on Wario's head as he goes apeshit and burns everyone and everything to the ground with mighty flames that erupt from his cranium, with all the creatures perish to nothing but ash, and the generations that survive have the images of Wario's face burned into their souls as they tremble in fear that Wario the Conqueror will return to pillage the land once again. Maybe I need to calm down. Each world has between 4 to 6 levels, making it a semi-short but sweet time. And there are 7 worlds to complete in this: Rice Beach, Mount Teapot, Sherbet Land, Stove Canyon, SST Cup, Parsley Woods, and Syrup Castle. At the end of each level, Wario needs to sacrifice 10 coins to open the door, so make sure you're collecting treasure. Speaking of, there's also treasure and loot to find. Man, Wario is really pulling a side hustle here. I wonder if he's gonna sell that on eBay or something. Finding the secret exits and treasures is actually really fun. Some of the ways of doing this are really easy, like finding a key and taking it to a door. And then there's one like roaming a pirate ship trying to figure out which room to go in and then traveling back via a door that reveals to be a one-way shortcut. I don't even know if I said that right. When you get to the final level of each world, Wario then needs to fight a boss, but unlike previous Mario titles, these bosses are actually fresh and creative. After you defeat the final boss of the game, you realize that the quest was all for nothing as that asshole Mario comes and snatches your statue and flies away with it. Overall, Wario Land was actually a really good game. I had a lot of fun with it. It felt like a breath of fresh air compared to Mario titles. Will Wario Land 2 be as good? Also, Wario, why did you go into Captain Syrup's room like that? Are you trying to give her your syrup, Governor? Yeah. Gross. I'm gonna be brutally honest. Wario Land 2 annoyed the shit out of me. The idea of running around in a non-linear fashion was really cool, but I'm a completionist who needs to find all the secrets, and my OCD brain just couldn't handle this one. But with that being said, the game features a variety of levels with different challenges, keeping players engaged throughout their journey. The controls are fairly responsive, allowing you to navigate Wario through levels with relative ease. For example, the dash attack feels much more natural this time around. Wario Land 2 stands out with its non-linear gameplay, offering players the freedom to make choices that result in diverse outcomes and endings. And some of the levels are really creative, like racing to find this chicken and put it back in the designated area. Why? Because... God, I am so sorry. But yeah, this game feels like a 3D platformer at times, even though it's 2D and it's on the Game Boy. Instead of being divided into worlds, Wario Land 2 is divided into chapters. And honestly, this game has so many different outcomes and levels that I lost track of it all. This game also makes Wario immortal. He loses coins every time he's hit and he goes flying back like Sam Brown at Al's Pizza. Oh wait, you probably won't get that reference. Losing the coins is kinda like Sonic losing his rings, or Mario having no lives in Mario Odyssey, or me having no life in making this video. Wario encounters various in-game conditions that affect his abilities and gameplay mechanics. These conditions introduce unique challenges and alter Wario's movements, attacks, and interactions with the game world. This adds an additional layer of complexity and strategic thinking, as players must adapt their approach and devise creative solutions to progress through the game. Overall, the game is really fun, but it annoyed me a lot. And the goal is simple yet again: go whoop some little mama ass and you win. Now what about Wario Land 3? Oh my god, I loved Wario Land 3. The conditions, the story, the levels, the day and night cycles, this game is awesome! This time on his journey, Wario stumbles upon a music box. Then he gets sucked in and he meets... Oh, well, hello. This time around, you aren't equipped with all of Wario's abilities when you start off, which I thought would be a drag, but it made trying to beat the level so much more challenging and unique. Somebody toss my boy a lifesaver. No, goddammit, not that! Each level has 4 chests to unlock, which makes the game feel non-linear, and depending on whether it is night or day when you enter the level really affects it, but in a good way. Take for instance this sand level. Some paths are blocked just because the sun is out. Also, are you ready to fight Lil Mama again? Well, too bad, you got Rudy the Clown now. So as mentioned earlier, the game's storyline revolves around a powerful and magical music box. As Wario progresses through the levels, the music box's magic affects the surrounding world, altering the environment and introducing new challenges. This game was absolutely a blast. The conditions were so unique that I kept wanting to try each one out. Like turning into this yarn ball, setting yourself on fire, turning into a zombie from Squidward, and turning invisible because some dickhead decided to throw a bottle of piss on you. I'm gonna say that's my favorite Game Boy game of all time now. Let's get to the final Game Boy Wario Land game. I started Wario Land 4 and oh boy, I couldn't put it down. The story this time is Wario finds a golden pyramid and chases a cat down a hole to be greeted by a frog, and a portal opens up and he goes inside to find a bird key to run back and activate another frog, and then everything starts going crazy and tripping out and you go back in the portal again. Yeah, this game is nuts. It's so absurd and zany, it's all the pandemonium that I love. Throughout the game, players can utilize Wario's jumping and abilities like he had before, but this time they've been fine-tuned to the best possible results. Additionally, Wario can go through those condition transformations that grant him the special skills again. One notable aspect of this game is the time-based mechanic. Every time you go to the end of the level, you activate a frog, and then you have to rush back to the beginning of the level before the timer runs out, and it's very, very fun and intense. With its captivating visuals, catchy music, and challenging platform gameplay, Wario Land 4 is amazing. I'm torn between whether I like this one or Wario Land 3 better. Why are the Wario games seemingly more creative than the Mario ones? These games have been so fun to play. Super Mario Land 3 Wario Land introduced players to Wario as the protagonist, setting the stage for the series. It offered a fresh and distinctive take on platforming, focusing on Wario's strength and his insatiable greed. The game featured diverse levels with creative challenges and memorable boss encounters. Wario Land 2 expanded upon its predecessor by introducing branching paths and multiple endings based on player choices. With its non-linear structure and clever puzzle solving, the game provided a high degree of replayability. Wario's transformation abilities added depth to the gameplay, allowing for more innovative approaches to obstacles and enemies. Wario Land 3 further refined the series, presenting players with a vast interconnected world and intricate level design. The game emphasized exploration and puzzle solving, delivering a sense of adventure with hidden treasures and secrets to uncover. A variety of transformations and power-ups enhanced the gameplay experience. Lastly, Wario Land 4 continued the series' tradition of excellence, featuring visually stunning graphics, captivating music, and challenging platforming action. Each installment brought something fresh and innovative, pushing the boundaries of the genre and providing countless hours of enjoyment for players. These games are underrated platforming adventures that should be held up there with the standards of Mario. Anyway, I'm all Wario'd out, like legit, every time I close my eyes I see that f***er's face.